What's up guys, and welcome back to my channel for another video. I know I said I was going to do a supplement routine for my next video, but I did just place a pretty big order with Core, so I figured why not wait until I get that package and then I can unpack the package with you guys and just explain what I got, why I got it, and why I love it. So now that we have that out of the way, what I have planned for us today, I am going to finally record a shoulder routine. So no, you won't be getting the supplement routine this time, but you will be getting a shoulder routine, and that is probably, aside from my glutes, that's probably one of the most highly requested videos I get. So I'm excited to film that one. It's my favorite shoulder routine just because this one just gets my shoulders popping like no other. And then later on this week, we are doing another check-in with Paul, and I will go into a little more detail as to what we've kind of been doing and what my body's been doing, because it's definitely been doing some crazy things. And I hit a bit of a weight plateau, so I'll explain all of that and what I think some of the reasons were, because there were a lot of factors going into why it could have been that way. But we finally hit a drop today. Dropped like 2 pounds. I was holding a lot of water. I peed like all day yesterday, and finally woke up to a low that we've been trying to see for a while now. So yeah, but without further ado, let's go hit some shoulders. finished my workout and my cardio for the day. I'll probably get some extra steps in later just because I do have step goals that I try to meet every day. Just keeps my activity consistent. And yeah, and then I'm headed to the grocery store because I am out of food and I need to restock all of my essential food items. Let me know if you guys want me to maybe add in a grocery haul or just talk about some of my favorite foods on prep and why they're my favorite foods. Consistency is super important when you're dieting, especially when you're trying to get to very extreme levels of body fat. So that is why typically you'll see me eat basically the same things every single day. Yes, I'm a flexible dieter, but that doesn't mean I just try to cram as much junk into my diet as I possibly can. I do basically create my own meal plan of the foods that I've found my body really likes and digests well and my body responds well to. So yeah. Alright guys, so let's talk about this weight plateau that I was hitting. I tried recording this once yesterday, Friday, and for some reason it wasn't working with the upload. I couldn't get it from my camera onto my computer. So we're gonna try this one more time and see if we can get this to work because I really want to get this working for y'all so we can talk about it. I've never been in a plateau for that long, and you know, the scale isn't the end all be all, but when we're trying to see certain numbers and comparing them to what they were even just a few months ago with my prep for 2019, it was getting a little discouraging, and I'd be lying if I was saying that not seeing the scale move at the rate that I was kind of expecting or hoping wasn't really getting to me. I definitely had my moments where I was just like, you know what, forget it, you know, like I'm just gonna have this extra nibble of this, I'm going to snack on that, and I don't feel like getting all my cardio done today because what's the point? I'm not seeing any progress. That is then where taking consistent progress pictures comes into play, because even though the number on the scale was not moving, when I was looking back and comparing my progress in my photos, it was very visible that I was making progress, that we were getting lean, that we were really making some changes that we wanted to see. But for whatever reason, the number on the scale was not moving. Yes, I know better, but that doesn't mean that I'm immune to the psychological effects that that can have and how discouraging it can be. So yes, I get moments like that too. It is okay, but you just have to figure out, you know, what your triggers are, how to kind of remove yourself from the situation and look at it objectively and say, you know what, it's okay, I'm going to stick to the process, I'm going to trust the process, I trust my coach, and we're going to do this. And I've just worked too hard to get to this point that I've dreamt of being at to just give up. So there are a number of factors that went into that and what I think contributed to the plateau. We are at a very different body composition than we were when we started my prep for 2019. I was able to be a lot leaner this time around. It also wasn't as long of an off season, but we definitely added muscle. So, and I was also at a better spot metabolically. I was eating more food than I was coming out of my last prep after my NPC Nationals in 2018. So I don't know, it was a different starting point. Definitely a better starting point for sure. I had more shape, we were leaner, so that's definitely going to play a role because I definitely had more body fat the first time we prepped for 2018. So when I started prepping and dieting, the body weight was just coming like off like that, and it never really stopped coming off. We never really hit a plateau in 2018, prepping for North Americans and eventually my 2 pro shows. So I was kind of hoping that it would be similar this time around, but it definitely is not. I think our plateau lasted, I think, around like 4 or 5 weeks. We didn't see really much of a change in the scale. It would kind of like budge and then go back, and then budge a little bit more and then go back. So I was like, what is going on? Like, I felt like I was doing something wrong, and it wasn't me because I was definitely sticking to my plan. And again, lo and behold, we were making progress. It just wasn't with the numbers. So another factor that contributed to my plateau was probably my hormones. So I was definitely PMSing for a while, and it was around the time of my menstrual cycle. With that though, so I didn't have my menstrual cycle this month. I did lose it during my prep when we got like really lean, a couple months out from North Americans, so in like July, and I competed in August. So I was kind of expecting to lose it again. I did get it back in my improvement season, and I had it for 2 months, and then this month I only really had like some light cramping and spotting as far as a menstrual cycle is concerned, so it wasn't really even a true cycle, but I was having PMS symptoms. So I was holding water, my body was definitely stressed. Cortisol and stress hormones were definitely elevated. I could feel it. When you kind of start to really get to know your body and how it feels on a normal day and not normal day, the difference is crazy. So my sleep was off. It was just, I could feel my body was very stressed. And then obviously like outside factors with just life were affecting, you know, me just being a little more stressed out than usual. And then on top of that, my sleep schedule was off. That's another factor that can contribute to that. So consistent sleep is huge when you're in prep. Your body is just so much more sensitive to things when you're in prep versus when you're not. Just little things can really throw you off. And I like to go to bed, you know, around like 9:30, maybe 10 o'clock at the latest, but I'm never usually up and moving past 9:30, 10 o'clock. So I was working, and the event that I was working for like about a week, I was going to sleep, or I was getting home from work around like 11:30, midnight, and I'm just not used to that. And then I would of course get up earlier so that I could get my workout in. You can see my dog. Sebastian, what are you doing? So yeah, so my sleep was off, which can definitely stress your body out. Once I started getting my sleep schedule back in order, my body's hormones were kind of starting to regulate from my quote-unquote menstrual cycle. I was getting back into my routine, catching up on sleep, so I definitely napped a lot after I worked that stretch of events. And I started to feel so much better, and I just started to feel like myself. I was starting to get better pumps in the gym, my lifts were better, I was feeling stronger, and even just doing cardio, like I felt so much better. I wasn't feeling tired and groggy, and like I was just dragging my feet. I really for like a period of time felt like I was just running my freaking face into a wall. I was like, Paul, what is going on? Like, I swear I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing, and we're just why? It's okay. We did end up making a pretty big drop of about 2 pounds. I was like 125 for a while, like 125, 124, even up to like 126, and then we dropped to like 123, and I got so excited. And then we're keeping refeeds in right now for this week. For that one push, we did take them out. We just really wanted to make those changes, especially when you feel like, I want to be ready early too. I don't want to feel like I'm behind. So I was starting to feel like I was falling behind, and that was even stressing me out. So that was another thing that I was just like mentally, I could not relax because I want to be ahead. That's the best case scenario, because then, you know, my body responds better after it's, you know, been dieted down. We kind of pull back a little bit and then we push again. It's just something that we've noticed and observed with how my body responds to prep. So, and I stopped taking creatine. So yes, there's all this talk about how creatine can make you hold water, but I wasn't holding it in a bad way, but it was something that I had just introduced into my routine that I had never taken before. I've never taken creatine before. So I started to noticing like positive benefits. Like I was looking fuller, tighter, my muscles were just popping, and that's fine. But when we're trying to break through this plateau and remove any extra variables, that was one thing that had to go, just so we could see what, you know, where we were kind of falling short or where the issues lied. Yeah, but with that being said, we have our plan. We had to make adjustments, but that's fine. And we're just trucking along. Paul's very happy with where we are. Thank God I have a coach, because I don't know what I would do if I was coaching myself. I would probably just be eating like nothing and doing hella cardio. So yeah, with that being said, thank you for watching. Sorry, Keith's calling me and distracting me. He's sleeping in. It's like 11 o'clock. I don't know how he does it. I can't sleep that late, but anyways, thank you guys for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Sorry if this was painful to listen to. I don't like to just leave the information in Instagram posts, because I feel like it's just too much I want to say and too much detail that I want to get out, and I really want to just talk to you guys about it. But I will work on getting that supplement routine to y'all sooner than later. As soon as my shipment comes in, I'm gonna unbox it with you guys, and we're just gonna talk about it. So until next week, see you later.